What's going on, YouTube world? It's your boy Oda Dread. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. This is a little bit of a different style of video. I know you can see the setup is a little different. Things look a little different here. This might be something I continue. I kind of want to get into doing commentary. And I think for my first video, I want to talk about something that I personally have been a little bit obsessed with. I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail, Nikocado Avocado, Madman or Genius. So let's talk about it. Nikocado Avocado released a video today where he's doing a little bit of a deep dive into his YouTube journey, right? Which has been pretty, in my opinion, amazing. And I'll tell you why. If you don't know who Nikocado Avocado is, he's a mukbang YouTuber that became popular. He's done mukbang videos for years, about 7 years or something like that, and became super famous for doing this content where he would consume crazy amounts of food and would just like gorge tons of food. Okay. Pretty much, if you don't know what mukbang is, that's what it is. It's you sit down and you eat as much food as you possibly can. If you guys are familiar, you've probably seen videos about it. Point is, Nikocado Avocado became very popular and gained a whole bunch of weight throughout his journey on YouTube doing this content. And what we've learned now recently about this character that he's created, this was method acting is what this was. And we'll get into it in a minute. I want to play the video where he's talking about and he explains it from his own mouth exactly what he was doing and what his plan was the whole time. But I've become a little bit obsessed with this story over the past few months, I would say. Well, maybe it's been longer than that. It's been probably about, I've been following Nikocado Avocado for probably about a year now or two. And over the past month or so, since he's made this grand reveal where he lost all of the weight. And that's what I want to talk about here is where he lost all of this weight and apparently pre-recorded enough content for him to continue releasing videos on YouTube like if nothing had ever changed. And so nobody knew that he had lost any of the weight. Nobody knew that he was on this weight loss journey. And so he was able to just keep his YouTube channel going and have content pre-recorded ahead of time. So I want to let him talk about it right now for a minute, and then we'll get back into more about how I feel about the importance and why I find this so astounding. Let's hear from Nikocado Avocado.
1 month ago, I debuted my weight loss to the internet, and it went pretty viral, way more viral than I ever thought it would. It's literally about to hit 50 million today, October 17th, 2024. Thank you to everyone for all your support. I figured I would sit down and talk to you more about my weight loss and everything, and also react to penguins who got the most views reacting to me and my weight loss. In case you didn't see the video on my main channel, basically I'm an actor. I went to school for acting. I have a very long history in performance. My background is in theater, and it was my dream to be on Broadway. Whether I was acting or doing violin, I craved that theater. In the case of Broadway workers, like you get a contract for a tour or a show, and when it's over, you're unemployed again. I basically employed myself on my own terms here on YouTube by doing this character and spreading it out for so many years. Something that I learned in my training, like in school, was that the actors who had to undergo like the greatest physical changes, they lost a lot of weight for their role or they gained a lot of weight, those actors tended to have the greatest impact. You know, when you watch someone on screen and you've seen them before and other stuff, you start getting that backlog of, oh yeah, I remember them from this and this and this. But when they're like physically unrecognizable.
So method acting, right? So I have a personal pet peeve about method acting. I think that it's a very interesting approach to acting because it gets to the point where you've embodied this character so much that it's no longer an act. So if you have to play a character who's skinny, thin, and sickly, and you actually get yourself to be skinny, thin, and sickly, you know, is it an act anymore? I don't know. You know, it's a very weird thing. Doesn't really matter. Not the point. The point is it's a very dedicated style of acting, and it takes a ridiculous amount of discipline to allow yourself to go into a space that like that and then pull yourself out of that. So either way, the level of talent that's required to do that is, I don't know, maybe it's me, but pretty top tier.
Totally different people, you don't get that backlog running through your brain.
How about I do the talking? I'm the client. And you better do it by the end of the night.
And so it was really easy for me to blur that boundary between fact and fiction, like I said, because I was physically so unwell. How do you take someone seriously or think that they're in control, when they look so out of control?
I'm just craving food. I kind of look mostly skinny. Thanks for being here for the show and watching.
I had a CPAP machine. I could barely bend over. I had a scooter to get around. This was all part of the plan. You think like, wow, they've really let themselves go. But I didn't. I knew what I was doing. I wanted to get that big because I came to this knowing that I would gain weight and knowing I would lose weight and knowing I would use the weight gain to kind of mask a new character I would develop for myself in the process. Like as I was growing on the screen, I would be diving deeper into this character work. This manic, self-absorbed, crazy, unhinged, bizarre man is trapped in his apartment, suffocating his lungs with food and junk. Ooh.
Do you actually understand the foresight that is required and the kind of like this is, I don't know if it's me, but I think we may be witnessing the most prolific and incredible live performance, I'm sure there's many. I'm sure somebody in the comments going to be like, I'm crazy, I don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know anything about theater or anything like that. But I mean, what
Oh, looks really pretty though. They're brand new mac and cheese in here, mac and cheese in here.
I was in control of all of it.
Closet, cheapers, oxygen tank. And we're gonna get new clothes because none of these fit.
And so the video I'm posting today on the other channel, I'm releasing clips that I had filmed where I would look at the camera and I said, I'm about to gain a lot of weight and I'm gonna convince the world that I'm crazy. The fatter I get, the more impactful this will be. Or, when I'm 30, I'm done. Or, we have 5 years left and then I'm gonna turn this around. You just wait and see. And all of these clips were published years ago. I had been slipping them into my regular content. Little drippings along the way, leaving all these hints and clues for 7 years straight. This weight gain was deliberate and I was 100% in control.
I just need everybody to take a moment to understand. Can you look at how big he got?
The entire time. How do you believe that someone's going to plan out gaining weight and losing weight and developing a character while doing it? It sounds too wild. It sounds like a movie, right? This is something I've always wanted to do. You could even tell in my soliloquy, I am always 2 steps ahead. I mean, these are characters and it's the vision I've had forever. And the whole character thing, I want to make people laugh. I just want to make people smile, entertain them. You turn on the news, it's horrible, sad stuff. I just wanted you to have 30 minutes a day where you take your mind off all the stress and you see this person. You might feel better about your own life. Wow, I thought my life was bad. Look at this person getting so fat.
It's got to go. Look at my body. Look at my booba. Actually, don't look there. Excuse me. My eyes are up here. Look at my hair. So ugly. My head looks like a used toothbrush.
I would watch these videos and I couldn't fathom that this was real. But it had, he wasn't wearing a fat suit. It's not like he was like not a real person or like I felt like it was AI. It just seemed so unreal, but I had to believe it. And I think that's what makes it incredible, honestly.
It's very over-the-top theatrical, like a pie smashed in my face, or I look over there and a cake comes flying, fighting with Orlin, chopstick wars, and 2 grown men fighting with noodles and plastic toys. He threw salad at me, lettuce, very slapstick, over-the-top theatrical comedy, like Dumb and Dumber or The Three Stooges, just very theater, I just wanted to make people smile. That was my dream role that I did not get on Broadway. I did not get in the theater. You know, it's one thing to do a show for a month. It's another thing to do a show for 8 years.
Last night I went to bed really early. I was just all tuckered out, so I said, "Goodbye, moon," and I snuggled on into bed to catch some Z's. Little did I know that while I slumbered, we'd all been paid a visit by someone very special. And I'm not talking about Santa Claus, but I am talking about another man in a red shirt. Nikocado Avocado.
I just want to say shout out to Moist Critical Penguin Zero, one of my favorite commentary YouTubers. I think he's amazing. His word choice is great. I love I love the I love a lot of his views. So shout out to Moist Critical.
I woke up this morning in a different timeline. I think we shifted back to the Berenstain Bears universe and left the Berenstain Bears universe behind.
Mandela effect. I actually, that is a really crazy theory, and I totally remember Berenstain Bears. I might skip over all the parts of me talking we already know, but I want to say something about this, like for 5 seconds. 2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. Asmongold pointed it out as a theory, but he was correct, and no one else caught
Asmongold going through it right now, though, right?
on to it. That sound was a deliberate choice. That sound is deliberate, and the reason I did it is, as he pointed out, which was so creepy that he knew, it's for creepiness. It's supposed to be unsettling, like that fan in the background or that water dropping. I love when it's like real and not over the top with post-production. I like it to be like in the moment. So I want to feel like home video, home style. I don't want it to be super high quality edited, and that's the point. It's supposed to look very like a man grabbed his camera in a room. That's the delivery. Anyways, let's skip over me talking. I just want to hear about...
This moment right here is this generation's I Am Your Father. This is up there with the Darth Vader identity reveal. Perhaps one of the most unexpected things I've seen in quite some time. When I was watching this, I let out an audible whoa. My body itself, my soul, was shocked when he took the mask off there. So...
I too was shocked when I saw the Nikocado Avocado reveal, weight loss reveal. I mean, the whole world was duped. If you don't understand, he for 2 years continued to release content as if he was still overweight, and all the while was losing the weight. That's top tier. I mean, the level of secrecy in your camp, like, shout out to the people who are around him who never even let it leak that he was losing all of this weight. Like, this is, what are we witnessing? I can't describe it as anything short of genius.
he gives like a villain monologue that sounds like it's out of the Fallout universe, talking about how he's 2 steps ahead because he had played the villain for so long now. Losing 250 pounds is an unbelievable feat that's nothing shy of extraordinary. And he mentions how even yesterday, YouTubers and many other people were calling him sad, fat, depressing, sick, and all of that, and still making videos about him, even while he secretly, over the course of 2 years, had been losing all of that weight and all.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he got Moist Critical's response to his video to point out as the main highlighted video, because I mean, Moist Critical is his Charlie, right? Can I call you Charlie? Charlie is his articulation is amazing, and exactly what he said. Like, people were poking fun at Nikocado. There was people making videos about him and how disgusting he was and how much of a terrible person he was, and all of these things. And he's just been playing chess with everybody and like doing this social experiment on everybody on YouTube, and it's been a complete joke the whole time. And wow.
Yeah, so it was really entertaining for me. Again, I loved the performance of this, and it's so exciting. Like, I'm watching all these people just rake me through the coals every day on social media as I'm sitting there getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and just kind of on my phone. Yep, calling me names. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I don't care. I mean, you will. The Sunny V2, Nikocado is like sad, depressing, da da da. I'm just like, It's exciting for me. I had so much fun with it, and I'm still gonna have fun with it. But yeah, it was an experience for me as well as you guys to see this reveal, because I was getting skinny watching people call me fat for over 2 years. It was actually over 2 years. And you guys saw the Oompa stuff, and I had already lost like 40 pounds during that interview. But I was already so fat, no one really knew. I mean, when you're like 400 pounds and you get down to 350, you're still so fat. It's like, okay, you're still fat, you know? I mean, yes, it's progress, but it's not where people are like, oh my God. Almost can't even tell, because that's how big I was. I was 411 at my heaviest. And so I had already lost 50 pounds or so. Don't remember the exact, but around that time, I developed a really bad cough. And I had to take Protozane, I think, or Prednisone. I think it's some type of steroid to make your breathing better. But one of the bad side effects, which I guess was good for me, was you swell. You get moon face. You hold on to a lot of water weight. Like I gained 20 pounds in like 2 days of swelling. Like I ballooned up. I'm like, this is kind of perfect. Like low key. Like I don't want people to know I'm losing weight, actually, not yet.
All the videos that people were talking about were actually videos that Nikocado had filmed 2 years prior and kept drip feeding to the community to keep them either entertained or keep himself fanning the flames of drama for people to latch on to. It is actually very fascinating. Now, some of you might...
Fascinating is an understatement. That's a modern marvel. I mean, to use YouTube like that and to exert your basically mastermind plan onto your audience so flawlessly, so perfectly, so unassumingly is honestly, I mean, I feel like we've witnessed something that is maybe a once in a lifetime moment. I don't know if there'll ever be anything like this ever again, to be quite honest with you.
Recall about 4 years ago, Nikocado Avocado and myself had a tiny bit of beef. I'm talking like a Salisbury steak level of beef between us, and...
Okay, I'm smiling because A, I wasn't that serious when I said those things about him, and B, I also know that he wasn't serious that much about the things he was saying. I mean, to an extent,
if you would have seen Nikocado Avocado's response, I mean, I can only hope that the people watching this video are familiar with Nikocado Avocado. If you're not, please go back and watch his older content while he was still big, and even look up the response, any response to any YouTuber, but specifically his response to Charlie, to Moist Critical, Penguin Zero. Just go look it up. It was insane. I mean, the fact that this was all an act is...
there's truth to it, where it's kind of like fake outrage and fake level of concern. Like, yeah, he's concerned, but not really, because he knows it gets the... I know how to get the views, but he also knows how to get the views. I mean, he's a reaction channel primarily. Like, he talks about what's timely, what's relevant, what's going around, what's trending. And I was trending in that moment, and he's like, let me talk about it. So I was like, this is not like real deep concern, but let me just say we're concerned. Yeah, it's all very shallow and superficial. And I hammed it up. It was good content for both of us. But that's why I'm smiling, because I know he's, you know, that's why he tosses it off in his mind. It's like, oh, little beef, because he knows it wasn't that serious either. Now, I've never talked to him in person, like behind the scenes. Maybe his feelings got hurt. I don't think I said, well, yeah, I did say some mean things. Oh my gosh, I hope you're not mad at me, penguins, for calling you moist cuticles and boring or what. I don't even know what I said.
Check jump.
Oh, I think I said something about his hair.
You're friends with him?
Most of them, yeah.
Moist cuticles.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He wears white shirts.
Cuticles with his long, greasy, strangly hair. Being all hypocritical, saying, oh, you can't have this to eat. And he eats burgers on his channel all the time.
That's true, he does.
Or Moist Cubicles made that video. I was furious! I'm getting angry just thinking about that. I'm getting so angry. Oh! Those users! Those users!
I've never seen that clip, I watch Oompaville. I recently started watching Oompaville, so shout out to you too, my guy. Definitely another favorite commentary YouTuber. Um, what a performance! What a performance! Like, what a freaking performance! I'm I'm just I'm blown away.
I like your hair. I want to grow my. I shaved it deliberately, make a more dramatic effect because I wanted to look as different as I could.
After all that drama, I had actually kept up with Nikocado Avocado, occasionally just tuning in
Oh, did you?
to check and see what's going on. I made a video like a year ago on a piece of content that Nick dropped where he actually did talk about a weight loss journey that he was going on, and I've kind of just been cheering him on from the sidelines ever since then.
Oh, thank you. You know, I did see that video. That was so nice of you. I did a test. I'm like, let me do a little, put my foot in the pond and kind of see how it feels. Where I just say I lost 89 pounds. It wasn't really 89 pounds. That's just another joke. Another joke. I had fun with my chair. We need new chairs. I think I broke this chair. It's so squeaky. Yeah, so thank you for the nice things. He seemed very happy for me. And it was around the time when there was a lot of bad things on the internet, like scandals and a lot of negativity in the news, world events, and everyone was just really low in their spirits. And I guess I did bring a little happiness. I don't know. People are happy for me. I think anytime someone tries to make themselves better physically and take their health in control, it inspires people. Because there's a lot of people out there who are fat too. And they're like, okay, if he can do it.
Hoping that he'd follow through on that and just to see where it all goes. So to see this come up was not only extremely surprising, just given how much weight he had lost in a relatively short period of time. I know to a lot of people 2 years, like on the internet terms, that's like ancient history. Things that happened 2 years ago, that might have looked in void century.
200 pounds and plus in 2 years is an incredible feat. An incredible feat, to say the least.
That no one remembers. But, like, speaking realistically, 2 years to lose 250 pounds, that's a speed run. Those are gold splits.
I haven't made a video for like 2 years. And so we literally just got him back like a couple months prior before making this video. And he's an adult now. When we had Noodle, he was a baby. He didn't even have all his feathers come in. Like he still had all his chest bare because he was a baby. It takes years for them to get all their adult feathers.
He mentions that it's been 2 years since he's made a video, so you can piece little breadcrumbs together in your head and follow this path here, connecting the dots. He has released videos on all of his channels over the course of 2 years. Quite a few of them. Not to the same frequency that he used to, but he still had a ton of videos.
It was around 100, I think. I have more Nikocado, which is this channel.
Around 100 videos pre-filmed to last him this 2-year drip feed.
That had dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of videos. Then we have Nikocado 3, which had dozens and dozens and dozens of videos. I had my second channel. I had Nikocado Shorts. My TikTok, I posted like 100 TikToks throughout this whole time of pre-recorded stuff that I knew I had to release as I was losing the weight. So it was a lot. It was I'm surprised my computer didn't explode. Try to put it all together.
All right. So for the sake of not watching the entire video, I just wanted to touch on this and just I had to bring this to light. I needed to talk about this because this is something that's been kind of like in the back of my mind. I've been following Nikocado Avocado. I've been kind of paying attention to all the YouTubers talking about him, and I just felt like I needed to say this because this is possibly, I mean, I'm leaning towards genius. I think that this might be one of the most amazing live performances, one of top tier live performances in history. If there was a YouTube thespian award, I think Nikocado Avocado is the first nominee and the only nominee. I think that he took something that was he was passionate about, made it a passion project, turned it into a social experiment, became fully dedicated, fully engulfed himself in his role, and ultimately duped an entire audience, millions and millions and millions of viewers, millions of followers. Nobody had any idea what was going on. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Are we calling Nikocado Avocado a madman? Are we saying that he's crazy, or is he a genius? I'll leave it up to you to decide. In the meantime, it's your boy Oda Dread. Let me know if you like the new setup. Let me know if you dig the new content. You want more commentary content. I'm going to try to make it better. I mean, this is my first video, so let me know. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you. Peace.